Hey, what's up you guys? This is Sentai22 here. How you guys all doing? And this is my new hobby. From there on out, I'm going to collect old video game consoles, and to start it off, I'm going to do the Nintendo Entertainment System. The very first for me. This is the one that pretty much started it all for me. I know a lot of you guys probably growing up in the 90s was the Super Nintendo, but for me, this was the one that started gaming for me. I know that a lot of you guys are wondering, hey, Sentai22, you can get this in the virtual console, the Wii, or you can emulate them on the computer. But the thing is, it's not really the same. You know, I feel like I'm doing a distrust playing a game on another platform or another system, you could say. I mean, even if it's a Nintendo Wii, obviously, but it's not really the same. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Playing them on computer or the Wii Virtual Console is great, but for me, I just prefer playing everything on an original console. And I got this at a Craigslist listing for around $70 with the games, 16 games, 2 controllers, the gun. And that was it. I mean, it was a pretty great bundle considering that if you go to eBay, it'll cost you around maybe $90 or $100. But if you go to like an average garage sale, they'll probably give you with a lot of games for like maybe 25 or 26. I mean, if you can find those for that price, you're a very lucky person. So, but yeah, I mean, this is really truly nostalgic for me. I mean, this is the one that really started it off really started it all for me in terms of gaming, and a lot of you guys did. And as you can see of the design, it looks just like a VCR, and it kind of shows if you look from a distance. This is my entertainment system, and it does very, very well fit with this whole the whole theme of entertainment system-ish type of deal. Because back in the 80s, a lot of people didn't want to play games anymore. The video game crash of the 1980s. So a lot of people were just, nobody wanted to buy games, obviously. It was a dying fad. And so, meanwhile, in Japan, the video game industry was still going strong. The Famicom, sorry, I got confused with the Super Famicom. The Famicom was the Japanese equivalent to the NES. It sold pretty good, and Nintendo of America decided to bring the system to America. The thing is, they didn't want to release it like that, unfortunately. They didn't want to release it as a system because, of course, people were getting tired of gaming. So Nintendo was very smart about this and disguised it as an entertainment system. It wasn't a video game. It wasn't a Nintendo video game console. It was Nintendo Entertainment System. It has the design as a typical VCR. As you can see, you have the big cartridges that sort of look like tapes, sort of. They're not really tapes, but you get the idea. You just put it in there, and you press down, and you press the start, or as you can play button, and then you be on your way. And so, yeah, I mean, the titles that the Craigslist seller gave me were really awesome. I mean, wow, the titles were just incredible. I'm going to show you some of them right here. Super Mario Brothers 3. Rad Racer, one of my other favorite games. Rampage, not really a great game, but hey, what are you gonna do? And of course, the very familiar titles, like you got the golden cartridge, Zelda, look how shiny it is. Super Mario Brothers 2, and it's not what you think, it's not the Japanese version though. Contra, that's one of my favorite. I played this with my cousin when we were kids. It's probably one of the first cooperative games. There's a lot of co-op games nowadays, so you can pretty much trace it back to this game, or rather this one, which I'm going to show you guys right now, which is Ikari Warriors. I'll give you guys a moment. The Ikari Warriors. This particular game, put SNK on the map in the United States. So, and of course, you cannot forget Tetris. So, alright, now let's give you guys a little demonstration. Now, to set up the NES, you're gonna have to use the AV outputs in the back of the TV, or you can use an RF switch, but for me, I'm using a brand new flat screen. This one unfortunately doesn't have AV inputs. It only has the components, but thankfully you can use a VCR, and yes, I use a VCR because there's some titles that aren't released on DVD yet. You can use them as a converter, so you can display it on the flat screen. Alright, now let's get started now, shall we? The game that I'm going to play first is Super Mario and Duck Hunt. Well, mostly Super Mario, because the shooting feature of Duck Hunt doesn't work with the newer TVs. Obviously, you probably guys heard about that. So, alright, now first what you gotta do is open the lid. Push it in just like a VCR, very 80s. Push it down. Oh, I gotta put it in there. One thing notorious about this console is that it is very difficult to take in and take out. So just put it in place. Sorry for the background noise. Press the button. And no, that's not the NES making that motorcycle noise. And there you go. Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. So, okay, let's get started now, shall we? Alright. Oh, I forgot to mention of the controllers as well. As you can see, very simple, very revolutionary for its time. It was a very big leap from the standard joystick that people were used to with the Atari 2600 and all these other video game consoles that were released in the 80s. So you got your standard left, right, up, and your two buttons. That's all you'll need, A and B. Alright, Super Mario Brothers. Ah, yes, the famous jingle. Man, brings back so many memories. And of course, the very bad ones where you have to blow the cartridge so many times. Oh my gosh, that was a pain in the butt. And I always remember the 1-up hidden. Yeah, there you go. See? Now, originally I was gonna get a third-party console, the ones that you can play any old-school cartridge on a third-party system like the Retron, but you know, I didn't want that. I wanted the true original NES. Alright, now I'm going to show you guys another game. Alright guys, I'm going to show you Contra. This is another game. Again, this I used to play with my cousin when I was a kid. As you can see, have the Rambo-like characters in there. After this, I'm going to show you guys Ikari Warrior. So, alright, now let's pop this baby in. Now in this game you really have to concentrate all of your might into it, because otherwise if you don't, you're pretty much lost the battle. It's always best if you play with 2 players with a friend, so... Ah! Ah! You really have to, again, have a second player for this to beat the game. Otherwise, you're pretty much screwed. Unless if you are a master of this game, then congratulations. Ah! Alright, let's try another game. Now this game is very difficult with the regular controllers, but if you buy the joystick accessory, I forgot what it was called. I run out of weapons. Ah! final verdict, it is a really great console to own. I definitely recommend it for any retro gamer fan out there, or trying to become one. This is a very good place to start. I have to say, I definitely recommend it. This, you could say, was the one that pretty much saved the video game industry and becoming what it is today. I mean, if it wasn't for this, I don't think we would ever, we will never probably ever play an Xbox or Sony. You have to give thanks to this thing. It's just great. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this review / retro haul, if you will. If you want to get this console, you have to be very picky. First off, you have to if you find one on eBay or Craigslist, you have to ask the seller, what are the conditions of the systems. Sometimes, this system, very good, very great system, but there was one major design flaw. It was the 72 pin connector. This was a major problem because, for one thing, every time when you put the cartridge in, it will just reset it itself over and over and over and over and over again. Luckily for me, this only resets one time, and then just blow the cartridge up and you're ready to play. So I was pretty lucky as well. Also, make sure there are not any scuffs or any cracks in the system, and also the games that will be in the bundle. Again, I got this for a great price. I don't know if you can probably get this at a garage sale for like less, but I don't know. A lot of great titles that I picked up. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. Please, you guys, subscribe as well as post a comment. So this is Sentai22, and thanks for watching. Hey, before I go, let me just make a quick shout out to Amy, the original NES owner. Thank you for letting me purchase the console in such a great price. You really did a good job keeping the system in the condition that it was, as well as keeping the games in the folders so it doesn't have any dust or any particles that may get in there. But even if it does, I just blow it up in one time and just put it in there and time to play. You really brought a lot of childhood memories to me again, as well as my little brother walked into my room just a couple of minutes ago when I was playing, and he fell in love with Contra right away. It just goes to show you, even the newer generation likes these old games. So thank you for bringing back those memories, Amy, as well as making new generation gamer fans fall in love with the old classics again. So thank you, Amy. Thank you very much.